ready real quick, and then we'll go back to our article.
I got it. This is G20 and G20 and 90 Het Oimadzo. And it reads, to make ready, prepare, to make the necessary preparations.
To make the necessary preparations, bathing in the oils, right? As a custom, I know the beloved Elder Yashwama goes into. All right, bathing in oils. That's what Esther did.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And all those women that was pretty much preparing themselves to be, that Persian king's, woman, right? They were getting themselves ready. You see, but that's just an example of what they did in the ancient world. And we're, as the Lord's, soon to be wife, right, consummating that marriage, we're supposed to be making ourselves ready. And how is that feat accomplished? By preparing our spirits, man. By receiving His word. Luke, the 1st chapter. That was the whole purpose of John the Baptist, man. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get that. All right, because John the Baptist, he came again in the form of, or in the incarnation of Elder High Priest Abba Bibbins. You see, and what was John the Baptist's role? Luke chapter 1 and verse 76. And thou child, and that child that he's talking about, this is John the Baptist's father, Zacharias, right? He's prophesying right here in this chapter. He says, and thou child shall be called the prophet of the highest. And who else was known as a prophet of the highest? Elijah. Says, for thou shalt go before the face of the Lord to prepare his ways, to give knowledge of salvation unto his people by the remission of their sins. Proving, right, how we're being made ready. You see, by giving this knowledge, you see, by giving this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the complete understanding of these scriptures. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was it on that one. So let's go back.
Can I grab that one last definition on
Yeah,
here?
yes.
He's going to say the same thing, to prepare the minds of men to give the Messiah a fit reception,
Yeah.
secure his blessing.
To prepare the minds of men. You see?
Heavy.
The minds of men.
Yeah.
Why? Because who was this tabernacle with? Men. Can you read it again?
To prepare the minds of men to give the Messiah a fit reception.
To give the Messiah a fit reception, man. Going to make this thing beautiful. It's going to be a beautiful reception, man. All right, with the angels accompanying. You see?
But
It's a little more on here.
Yeah, it goes into that in Matthew 22nd chapter.
Yeah, it was going to get that. There's a little more on there.
And it says, and secure his blessing.
Yep.
You mean the actual, a little more in the actual verse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's like it. This is 7 here, and it says, let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife has made herself ready. And to her was granted that she.
Oh no, was that it on that verse?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the article or the commentary, David Gusa commentary.
Mm-hmm. It says, the two major events, the betrothal and the wedding, these were normally separated by a period of time during which two individuals were considered husband and wife, and as such.
So we're already considered husband and wife.
Yep.
You see, unlike nowadays, all right, a nigga may get on his knee, all right, and propose to the woman. Right, they're not technically on paper married yet, but she's still bopping off. The night before they consummate the marriage, she bopping off. She, at the bachelorette party. Yeah. You see, but that's not how it's supposed to be. That's not how it was in the ancient world. As soon as a man puts gives the father the spirit, or gives the father that dowry, all right. Well, that woman, she's already she's off the market, man. Right. She's supposed to be getting herself ready, learning about that man. You see, just like that woman that coming to America. Mm-hmm. Ever since I was a girl, I learned what you liked.
Whatever it is you like.
Yeah, whatever you like.
Right.
You see, that's how it is between Yahweh Shai and his wife, man. Yeah. Whatever he likes, whatever he wants. You see, and we down for his program, man. We down for him.
That's right.
You see, and Abarat is out. He keep that spirit upon us.
Come on.
Can you go back to that article out?
Yep. It says, these two individuals were considered husband and wife, and as such were under the obligation of faithfulness.
And we're under the obligation of faithfulness. We've already taken that vow, man. You see? Yep. Go ahead.
It says, the wedding began with a procession to the bride's house.
Now check this out. This is heavy. It says the wedding began with the procession to the bride's house. Now that's what Yahweh Shah already did. He already came to visit us, man, in the flesh over 2,000 years ago. He came to where we at. John the 1st chapter. He came into his own. Go ahead. Now what does it say?
It says the wedding began with a procession to the bride's house, which was followed by a return to the house of the groom
Which
for
was
the marriage feast.
read again, Salaki.
Which was followed by the return to the house of the groom for the marriage feast.
Which was followed by the return to the
house of the groom.
To the house of the groom for the marriage feast. So he came to us first to pretty much, you know, check out his woman. Like, yeah, I want you. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna pay the dowry on you. But then you gonna come back to my house.
Yeah.
You know, just like Isaac took Rebecca to his mother's tent, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see, and consummated the marriage. So that's what's happening right now. So the Lord, he already came to visit his bride. You see? And now we're about to come and visit him in his chambers. Let's get that Isaiah 26.
Yeah, that's why the scripture say, "I come to prepare a place for you."
Right.
What happened when you invited? You know you got a nice little date. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you start to cleaning up the crib just in case, right?
Yeah.
Hey, like, outside in that spirit too. You know, hey, everything is gonna be good. Everything is gonna be, hey, you know, look to something that's gonna be there for you. You know, for that reason in the chamber.
Yep, and he's called us, right? And how did he call us? Well, the brother quoted it earlier, Matthew 22nd chapter, right? Go out to the highways and byways, and as many as you find, bid them to the marriage. So the Lord hit our lines up personally, man. You see, he didn't hit these 2/3 niggas phone up spiritually. You see, he's called us. Why? Because the sheep know his voice, all right? And that's why we're going to continue to read. It says, for blessed are they which are called into the marriage supper of the Lamb. But you got the Isaiah 26?
Yeah, this Isaiah 26:20, it says, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers."
Yeah, come, my people. Who's the Lord's people? His bride, man, the elect. Enter into thy chambers, the marriage chamber. So this thing can be consummated, so it can be made official. Go ahead.
"Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee."
Yeah, it's private, man.
Yeah.
It's a private situation happening. Even right now. Revelation the 2nd chapter. Right, it speaks about behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man will open up the two. That's the spirit, bro. Let's get that.
Revelation, is it 2 or 3?
It's 3. It's a lot.
Revelation 3, and I just want to make sure. Revelation 3:20, it says, "Behold," and it says red letters, so this is Yahweh Shai speaking.
It's the husband speaking.
Yep.
Yep.
It says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice..."
Hold on, it says he stands at the door. Whose door? Our door. Just like we read on that commentary. How he comes to the bride's house. So he's knocking. He came to our house, man. Into our spiritual house, our minds, our spirits. Knocking. Go ahead.
It says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me."
Yep. Let's grab that word sup real quick. This is what's happening right now. Yahweh Shai supping with his woman, having an intimate setting.
Yep.
Yep, that word is Strong's G. Yeah.
Strong's G 1172. Diapneo.
All right, it says to sup. All right, to dine. All right, take the principal or evening meal. You see?
Now, can you go to the Thayer's Greek
Yeah,
lexicon?
Yep.
And I think the point like all the way down at the bottom.
Yeah, it says in an allegory, it says, "I will make him to share in my most intimate and blissful intercourse."
See, this is an intimate intercourse, man. Now, intimate don't necessarily mean you having sex. Intimate, can you highlight that word and look up and get the definition for that word intimate?
That word intimate, it says closely acquainted.
Closely acquainted. You see?
Private and personal.
Yep, private and personal. See? Shut thy doors behind thee. You see? This is a private setting right here. You know, so for all that, you about to say something?
Yeah, that goes into us being the friends of the Lord.
Yeah, but that's a spirit.
Yeah, because Yahweh Shah said, "I no more call you servants, but I call you friends, because the servant doesn't know what his Lord doeth. But I've told you everything." And wisdom that that Holy Spirit makes us friends unto Yahweh Bashim Al Shah.
Yep. The very first where you look up the word intimate, as it says under noun, it says a very close friend.
Yeah.
So
Just like Abraham was called the friend of the Most High. See why? Because he moved in that fear of the Lord and wisdom. See, and he was obedient. He had faith. All right. Psalms 25 and Psalms 25 and 14. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he will show unto them his covenant. So yeah, let's finish that out in Revelation. Was that more on that article, bro?
Yeah, it was a little more.
Yeah, it was a little more. Okay.
It says, by analogy, the church espoused to Hamashiach by faith now awaits the
Who's the church? Because the church ain't behind, four walls, man.
No.
The church is really the first fruits. Those first created spirits that was with him in the beginning. This is what's being gathered together again. Hebrews chapter 12. Now you will come unto spiritual Jerusalem, heavenly Jerusalem.
Oh, look at that.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe if you go into that word church, it literally says a gathering of Israelites.
Called out.
Called out, yeah, it was.
Yep. You got it, bro.
I had that word intercourse though.
Okay.
It's exchange, communication to and fro. So yeah, I mean communication, even intercourse, like you said, relation, or what was it? What was the word?
Intimate.
Yeah, intimate. It don't have to do with necessarily sex.
Right.
Nor does intercourse. It's just a communication, right? Like you might have a deep talk. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it gives that example in Ephesians, the second chapter. When it goes into being a part of that commonwealth,
Right.
and us being alienated from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's the intimacy. We were literally kicked out of that intimacy for going off.
Right.
Now we have through Yahushua, now we can receive back. Now we're received back into that intimacy.
Romans 5, that blood.
Mm-hmm.
Now being justified by the blood, we have access. Now we can have intimacy again.
Mm-hmm.
You see? Because really, man, when you have intimacy with the woman on a carnal perspective, right, you make her bleed. You break her omelet. You see, she's yours. So that's what the Lord is doing now. It took shedding of blood, all right, and that's the sign, that's the proof, that's the tokens, man.
Yeah, that's why Israel had those customs back in the ancient world as well.
Yeah.
The dowry, giving the father the dowry for his daughter, and then also when they, when they laid together, showing that proof, that the proof that she was a virgin, and now he went into her and we all men, cutting in there and making her bleed, and then them showing the proof that we had those customs for a reason. You got it.
That's why scriptures also say in times past we were defiled with filthy conversation, right? Because conversation can be it's a form of intercourse, like you got a person that's like a or a woman, right? It's wicked as hell. We know this just through experience, and then even just as men, right? If a woman is talking to another man, well, that's damn near cheating, or it is cheating. It is cheating. Because due to even the word intercourse, it says communication to and fro, mediate between social contact and relations. So just dealing with certain things in this world, it defiles you.
Yep.
But it says back to the article. By analogy, the church espoused to Hamashiach by faith now awaits the parousa, which is the second coming. This is the fancy way of saying the second coming of the Lord. When the heavenly groom will come for his bride and return to heaven for the marriage feast, which lasts throughout eternity.
Ooh, man. See that? So that's what's happening. So mind you, we're still in Revelation 19. So at this point, Babylon the Great is ascending up into the smoke of his torment is ascending up into the heavens. All right, we haven't even got into the next section of this chapter. Going into what the Lord is going to, the type of judgment He's going to bring forth upon the other side of the earth. How the beast and the false prophet is going to be destroyed and burnt with fire. All right, but at this point, man, hey, the elect is already caught up into the chambers, man. You see. About to partake into the consummation of the marriage.
Can I get that? I know you just said the word I just was looking at. The definition for consummate, real quick. It says to make. One, it says marital union, but it also says to finish, to complete, and to make perfect. Consummate.
Yeah, and that's what it was supposed to be, man. When it comes to a man and a woman, you know what I'm saying? Consummating a marriage is when you really went into her. Not no ceremony. She got a bride gown and all that, and throwing rice at her face or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not consummating marriage, man. Marriage was consummated in Isaac and Rebecca's tent, man, or his Isaac's mother's tent. You know, you got it.
Yep.
Shalaki, were you talking about the blood sheet ceremony? Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Come.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna read about it, but you got it.
Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and hop into it. You know,
Yeah.
you got it.
This is Revelation chapter 19 and verse 7. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him. For the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready.
Mm-hmm. And that's what she's doing right now in the midst of a crooked and perverse generation. This is the time to be made ready, right here. Not before it's too late. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. For the fine linen is the righteousness of the saints.
Right. It says, and to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. What is that? That's the new bodies. You see? Because it says what? For the fine linen is the righteousness of saints. Now let's prove that real quick.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 15. For righteousness is immortal.
There you have it. Righteousness is immortal. Immortality. How are we going to get immortality? By being in immortal bodies. You see? And that's when we're going to be in that second covenant. That's the act of that second covenant. And when we're partaking into the marriage supper of the Lamb, that's when the new institution of the new Passover is going to begin.
God.
You see? When we're no longer going to say, for the Lord deliver us out of Egypt. But now we're going to say he delivered us out of the land of the north. You see? This is where the Lord is going to beam his woman up out of the land of the north, North America, man. And this is where we're going to have that new ceremony. This is where it's all going to begin, right here. And we're months away from this.
Man.
You know? And that may upset a couple of Jakes, man. You see? Jake that's so called in this truth. They don't want the Lord to be months away, man. They don't want this to be months away. Because they have they living in a delusional mindset, man. Jake is delusional as hell. They really think they're going to be here for another 5 years, man. Now, granted, the Lord can do what he wants. But you call yourself a prophet and you call yourself measuring the times, but you can't measure that this place is done, man. You see? Yeah. We ain't got that long, man. And if you in the spirit of otherwise, hey, you got demons on you, man. Go ahead.
You can tell who's by gathering the oil.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
You see the wise virgins and what they're doing, and the foolish ones. Who's all about folly right now? You know, not considering the time.
Yep.
This is Revelation 19 verse 9. And he said unto me, Right, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb.
Ooh, that's right, man. Hey, man, that's a true blessing right there. Mm-hmm. Being called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb, and that's us, as the beloved brother Yaquab just quoted earlier, Matthew 22. Right, go out to the highways and byways, and as many as you shall find, bid. You getting it? The water. All right. So we're blessed. We've been called. Now, at the same token, all right, many are called, but few are chosen. You know. So just because we've been called, that doesn't mean that we're safe. You see, we got to continue to endure.
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
Said, I'll start at verse 2. Matthew 22 and 2, it says,
Can you kind of read up a little bit?
This is Matthew chapter 22, verse 2. It says, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come.
Right, and that king that made a marriage for his son is Yahweh. Mm-hmm. He made a marriage for his son, Yahweh Shah. Right, and that goes back into our customs, man, how the father will pretty much, in the ideal situation, pick, right, our woman for us, just like Abraham did for Isaac. You got it. That's why he says, and Yahweh Shah prayed in John the 17th chapter, Father, as many as thou hast given me, they are mine. Dying they were, but now they're mine. You got it.
It says, verse 4, again he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen and my fattenings are killed, and all things are ready come unto the marriage.
Right, and those servants are the prophets. Mm-hmm. Right, Amos 3 and 7. All right, and the oxens and the fatlings. Right, that goes into what? That goes into this truth. Proverbs the 9th chapter. You see, for wisdom has prepared, a feast. All right, roughly paraphrasing, come eat of my bread, drink of my wine. I've
set up table. Yeah,
set up a table. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
And it says, but they made light of it and went.
But they made light of it. That's Jake. Jake makes light of this Bro, we're literally being. Why don't you? Come on, man. What type of sense does it make not to want to be right partaking into the marriage supper of the Lamb, consummating right the marriage while America's being burnt, man? You see, but Jacob's making light of this calling, just like Lot's son-in-laws did, man. You read Genesis 19 chapter. You see, they were making they made fun of them. They made light of it. They didn't believe that Sodom was going to get burnt, man. You see, so they joked, right? They played around until it was too late.
That reminds me of what is that? Ezekiel 32, where
33.
33,
Yeah.
where it goes into how they you're like unto a lovely song unto them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, they just hear this, and then, you know, and then what does it say? I think it says that they'll salute you or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, going into how they, you know, pretty much like, oh, keep doing what y'all doing.
Yeah.
Shalom. Shalom.
Yeah,
You know,
niggas do out on the highways.
Yeah, they always give you that fist out that window.
Yeah.
You know, when they're driving by. Shalom.
Yeah, but they like we just read, man. They're making light of it. They're not gonna come down and actually give up their life for this, you know.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're doing, really, man. We're giving up our lives, you know, and to follow after the ways of the Lord, man. Like, we could be out there right now at Lizard Lounge. I know it don't exist no more, but, you know, just talking shit, you know, serious. But, you know, just doing whatever we want to do, you know. But we here, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
So
We're making ourselves ready.
God.
You got it.
It says, verse 6, it says, or so like verse 5, but they made light of it and went their ways, one to his farm and one to his merchandise.
Yeah, Jake going back to his stuff, his woman, right, his land, his investments, all right? Now, you could have those particular things, all right, but Jake is all enthralled and caught up in that, man. Just totally shunning, all right, what's been presented unto you, what's been offered unto you, which is being called into the marriage of the Lamb. You got it out.
Verse 6, it says, and the remnant took his servants and entreated them spitefully and slew them.
Yeah, and that's what Jake is doing now. Jake is about to come down upon the prophets, man. This is what Jake has always done. You know, what did Yahweh Shah say unto those Pharisees in Matthew the 23rd chapter? You know, which of the prophets have your fathers not, you know, killed? You know, you got it.
Verse 7, but when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies and destroyed them, those murderers, and burned up their city.
Right, and who's the army that the king's going to send forth? The armies of heaven, man. You see the angels. He's going to burn up, right? Babylon the Great, the great city, man. Go ahead.
Then said he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Go ye therefore into the highways, and many as ye shall
And that
find.
proves that every Israelite that's so-called right in this truth, right? Hey, they're not worthy. You know, and Abaratazah, we're found worthy. All right, but every Jake in this thing, it ain't right, man. You know, because I believe in that same chapter, he says he's gonna he gathers the good and the bad. If you keep reading. Yeah.
Let me see. It says, go therefore into the highways, and as many ye shall find, bid to the marriage. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together. Oh yeah, all as many as they found, both bad and good.
See that? Both bad and good. So bad and good is so-called in this truth, man. So-called, because if you're bad, you're not really in the truth, but it looks like you are from man's perspective. But that's the whole point, right, of the sifting season. Amos 9, how the elect of the nation is going to be sifted from amongst all nations like the corn is sifted in the seed. Right, and it's happening now through the preaching of this word. Right, a lot of people's hearts and intentions are being made manifest. You know, a lot of people get offended by particular, you know, sayings or particular doctrines or a brother or whatever. Anything that may cause you to distrust the one that you should be trusting in. That's just the Lord just sifting out the bad away from the good, man. You got it.
It says, and the wedding was.
Cause that's how Jake is. You know, you kind of, you know, you see some women that you may like, and you vet them out. You know, like, nah, I don't like the way she does that, or she got offended by the way I said this. You know. But the ones that's really faithful and loyal and down, they gonna stick. You know, you got it.
It says, and the wedding was furnished with guests. Verse 11, and when the king came in to see the guest, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment.
Okay, yeah, that's going to something else, but we go back to Revelation 19, finish it out.
Revelation chapter 19 and verse 9, and he says unto me, write, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he saith unto me, these are the true sayings of God.
Right.
Verse 10, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship God, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy.
Right, and that's the spirit that the Lord, right, has his woman in, man, has her in the spirit of prophecy. You see, prophesying of things to come. All right, and that's the testimony of our Lord Yahushua. And the only way you can testify something is if you were there. John 15. Can we get that? John 15 in the last verse. You see, and the ones that was there are those that was at the very beginning with the Lord, man. You see?
I got it. Where you going? 27?
Yep. John 15, 27. Yep.
John 15, 27. And ye also shall bear witness, because ye have been with me from the beginning.
Right. And that was Yahushua speaking to his disciples, man. And we come in that stead in these times, being his disciples. And Abaratazal, we was there with them from the beginning. This is why we possess the spirit of prophecy. Brothers are, scripture says, be addicted to prophecies, covet to prophesy, be occupied in prophecies, man. You see? Go ahead. Last verse, Revelation 19 and 11.
Revelation chapter 19 and verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold.
Let's pause right there. And I saw heaven open. All right, because this is a vision now that the Lord has given the Apostle John. All right, the Apostle John saw, all right, the Shemayim split wide open, the heavenly realm, the spirit realm meeting the earthly realm. That's why when you read 2 Ezra 13, it says one realm shall fight against another realm.
Yep.
Can we grab Isaiah 64 in the NLT from the top? About good shot.
I got you.
Come.
This is Isaiah 64, you said from the top, right?
Yeah, in the NLT.
This is Isaiah 64, verse 1 in the NLT. Oh, that you would burst from the heavens and come down.
Oh, that you will burst from the heavens and come down. That's what Yahushua is going to do. He's going to split this veil wide open. He's going to crack open, right, the fourth dimension and come into our dimension, man.
Yeah, because it's like, my bad, I mean to cut you off, but yeah, if you read in the KJV, it says he's going to rent the heavens, which means, he's going to tear. So I don't know if y'all seen the anime Bleach, but I think the intro, I think in one of the intros, it shows it like the sky cracking,
Right.
and then them coming out. It's just going to be, that's why Sha'ar, the Kahan Sha'ar always mentions the Lord cracking the clouds, man. Because it's going to be like that, man. Like the scriptures talk about the heavens being as a scroll, unfolding as a scroll. You know what I'm saying? With those missiles, that's what's going to happen, man. It's going to look, if you seen like in the movies when a bomb goes off, it's like that mushroom cloud splitting the clouds and everything. That's what's going to happen to America, man. And at the same time, the chariots are going to be doing what they're doing here on the planet Earth as well. You got it.
I'm going to finish it out. I'm reading from the top. Isaiah 64 and verse 1 in the NLT from the top. Oh, that you would burst from the heavens and come down. How the mountains would quake in your presence.
Yeah, how the mountains will quake in your presence, man. Hey, this place is going to be utterly removed. Everything. You see, Habakkuk the 3rd chapter. Lord, were you mad at the rivers? Were you displeased with the trees? You see, the mountains are going to melt, man. The scripture speaks about that. Was that Ezekiel, the 39th chapter, Psalms the 68th chapter, right? The people and everything here is going to melt with fervent heat. Imagine that, rocks melting. And the Lord kind of shows a little glimpse on Mount Sinai, where the peak of Mount Sinai, when the chariot was resting above it, got burnt. Right, but just imagine it's going to be far above that. The mountains are going to literally melt. You see, the elements that make up rocks and all these hard compositions of things, it's going to literally melt, man. That's fervent heat, man. Malachi the 4th chapter, for the day of the Lord shall burn as an oven. Let's finish it out real quick. You got it.
That was it on that verse.
No, there's some more. Let's stop at like verse 4.
Kind of got you. This is verse 2. It says, Isaiah 64 and verse 2. In NLT it says, as fire causes wood to burn and water to boil, your coming would make nations tremble.
Woo! See, your coming will make nations tremble, man. And the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. You see? Go ahead.
Then your enemies would learn the reason for your fame.
Then the enemies are going to learn the reason for his fame, man. All right, the same fame that he received. Well, as a matter of fact, greater fame than what he received during the time of the first deliverance in Egypt, man. You see? It's like you had Rahab the harlot. We've heard of the power of your God. We've heard of your God. You know, the nations knew him as Al-Shaja back then. So imagine how they're going to get to know him now. Psalms 9 and 16, for the Lord is known by his judgments, man. They're going to learn the Lord's fame. And that's what this whole thing is all about. All these scenarios and events that's ever taken place upon the earth is all to get the Lord a name. It ain't about us. It ain't about nobody else except Yahweh Shemal Shah, man. But he does promise that what? He's going to get us fame too. Right. In all the lands that we've been taken captive in. But he's got to get his fame and honor and glory first, man. That's all we want. I want to see all you brothers. All these brothers in this room want to see Yahweh Shemal Shah get his glory. Because he deserves it, man. Yeah. Right? He slept on. Nobody is thinking about the Lord, man. Nobody cares about Yahweh Shemal Shah. We live in a satanic, ungodly world, man, where people only think about themselves. They think about just, they think about these fucking women, but they don't think about the one that created all these things. Romans the 1st chapter, how they refuse to acknowledge the creator but serve the creation and love the creation more than the creator, roughly paraphrasing. You see, but the Lord's about to get his fame again, man, and this time it's going to last forever. Let's finish that out, Bubba.
That's verse 3. It says, when you came down long ago, you did awesome deeds.
Yeah, when you came down long ago. When was that? As we quoted earlier, during the time of Mount Sinai, when he delivered the law, statutes, commandments unto our forefather Moses, man. The Lord came down. You see, and he displayed a mighty display of his power, man. You had fire, wind, tempest, snow, all these things combined at the same time.
Yeah, gravitational pull.
Yeah, gravitational pull. We can't even imagine, man. That's what made our people tell Moses, listen, you just talk to the Lord. We don't want to talk to him no more. It scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, you got it.
But the Lord's about to do something even greater than that, man. He's gonna burst out of the heavens with this energy. Yahweh Shah and the holy host of angels. Just one angel alone can, bring that type of energy. So just imagine Yahweh Shah and then an innumerable amount of angels. Of millions upon millions upon millions of angels, man, coming in, cracking the earth's atmosphere. All right, just totally, just pausing time as we know it, and working a divine work upon this place, man.
Can I bring this up? This is one of my favorite precepts, real quick. This is Psalms 144 and 5, and this is in the GNT. O Lord, tear the sky open and come down. Touch the mountains, and they will pour out smoke. Send flashes of lightning and scatter your enemies. Shoot your arrows and send them running.
And scatter your enemies, just like he did at the Tower of Babel, man. The Lord scattered, he scattered those wicked, rebellious people, man. You got it out.
No, that was just beautiful. It says tear open the sky, man. That's heavy right there. It says reach down from above and pull me out of the deep water and rescue me. Save me from the power of foreigners who never tell the truth and lie under oath.
Ooh. That's it.
I mean, that's playing on tables right there, man. The Heavenly Father's finna get that glory, man, once again, like the priest said. There's gonna be everlasting glory, man. This is what we wait for. This is what the angels up in the heavens wait for. His name may be magnified, man. And after that, it will be no more. It's a wrap.
Yeah, this should get you excited, man. Because what the hell else you gonna be thinking or talking about in these times? Bro, we talk about the coming of Yahweh Shai. Bro, Enoch prophesied of this. You see? So if you in the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shah, if you possess that testimony, you're gonna be excited about this news that we're bringing forth tonight, man. You got it out.
This is Isaiah 64 and verse 3 from the top. When you came down long ago, you did awesome deeds beyond our highest expectations.
Come on. Beyond our highest expectations, man. So as we're having this heavenly conversation right now and just trying to imagine, and extrapolate through the scriptures, all right, how, we kind of expect him to come, it's going to be way higher than that. We can't even really imagine it, man. No. So this is why we're looking forward to his coming, man. But at the same time, we're making ourselves ready. You got it. Was that it on that?
That's a little bit more. It
Okay.
says, and oh, how the mountains quaked.
Mm.
And that's it.
God. So yeah, let's finish that out in Revelation 19:11, and then we'll wrap it up.
Revelation 19:11, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse.
And that white horse is the fathership, the chariot that Yahweh Shah is going to come in. 2 Ezra 13, Revelation 6, verses 1 and 2.
Yep.
Right? How he's going to come on that white horse, going forth to conquer and take the crowns of all these nations, man. Go ahead.
And he that sat upon him was called faithful and true.
Yeah. And he's faithful and he's true, man. You see, he's faithful because he's coming through on his promises. He's going to come deliver his woman just like he promised, man. And he's true.
Yep.
You see, John 14:6, he says, for I'm the way, the life. Salaki, he says,
Truth, the way, and the
yeah,
life.
I'm the way, the truth, and the life. Go ahead.
And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
That's right. That's what Yahweh Shah has come to do. He's coming to wage war upon this place in righteousness, man. By the law, statutes, and commandments that he brought forth. He's known as a lawgiver. So you're going to judge this place by the laws that he gave.
Con.
So anybody else got anything? Gone. So yeah, man. So that's how we,
Beautiful.
and we was going to touch to the whole thing, but you know how the spirit works. All right, we just kind of flowing through the spirit, but Lord willing, that was edifying unto you, sincere Aki and Wa'akwatha, the hopefully elect. Right, until next time, we want to give all praise, honor, glory unto
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem HaKadosh.
I want to give double honor to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone, Mawaf Lababah, Shalom.
Shalom.